Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Saturday and it's 12 noon, and I am so glad to be able to come to you with another episode of From the Desk of Dr. Ron. As you can see, I got another interesting opinion for you today. But before I get started, as always, I'd like to give a shout out to my mentor, Dr. Hunt. Dr. Hunt and I have been traveling in life together for 30 plus years. And out of that 30 plus years, he has been a blessing to both me and my family, as well as I have been a blessing to him and his family. And the reason why I talk about my mentor, because I want to encourage people to understand the value of a mentor. A mentor is someone who has traveled through life, been on the planet longer than you, can help you navigate. So when you have someone that has experienced life, encourage them to mentor you so that you can have someone to help navigate through some of the things that you have to go through that they have already gone through. And a mentor is someone that you can pray with and someone that will pray for you. So get a mentor, and then you will understand the value of a mentor. All right. The right and the privilege to vote. I was talking with someone on this week, and I found their opinion to be very interesting. As we all know, unless you live in a cave somewhere, that this is election year in November. And we have a choice to decide whether we're going to help make history or we're going to sit on the sidelines and just let whatever happens happen. What I mean by that is that the Republican Party chose Donald Trump to be their leading candidate. And here's a person that didn't do a good job when he had it in the first place, but yet, he's trying to turn this country into something that he bankrupts like he did every one of his businesses. And then we have a woman of color that has came from the grassroots all the way up to be in position where she is now, with an opportunity to be the first female president of this country. Now, the conversation I was having with someone, they were expressing their opinion that they did not want a female to run the country for them. And I'm like, well, you're entitled to your opinion, based on whatever it's based on. But I wanted to express that the right, and I think I did, the right and the privilege to vote was something that our ancestors died and fought for. They fought, they shed blood for us to be able to cast a vote in any election that is publicly held. Now, some people don't think that that's, very valuable. They don't place a value on the right to vote or the privilege to vote. But I can remember in the South hearing stories, because I'm not that old, that people had to guess how many jelly beans was in a jar before they would be allowed to cast a vote in a local election or a national election, or just to vote. And if they did cast a vote in some counties, in some places, the men in the white hoods would show up at night and frighten their families and, threaten to kill them. And many did get killed. There were many activists that went from the north to the south to help during that time period, to help people with their right to vote. Because at one time in history, people of color like myself. I know I'm light skinned, but I'm still of color. And others were not allowed to be considered to be human beings according to the Constitution. So when the right to vote came into existence, it changed the complexion of people in office, because now we can vote people in office that look like us. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because we got some people of color that are in office and ain't doing us no good either. People often always reference the fact that President Obama was in office for 8 years and didn't do nothing for us. Well, let's look at that for just a second. He runs the entire country, or the largest country in the free world, as they say. His focus was not just on people of color. His focus was on everybody. And he did some things within his power to be able to do some things for us. One of the biggest things that they have tried to reverse and said we don't need was what they quoted as being Obamacare. Health care for everybody. Obamacare. And they fought him on that. The Republican-led party stopped as much as they could that he put in place. Matter of fact, the first thing that Donald Trump, when he became president, was trying to overturn it. But he just didn't have the votes to overturn it, because it's a positive thing for the people. Now, on this week coming up, we have a debate with Vice President Harris against former President Trump. And we'll get an opportunity to see if former President Trump has anything to say about an agenda other than the Project 2025. If you have not done any research to understand what Project 2025 is, I encourage you to do so. Don't take anybody's word for it. Do a deep dive on it on your own. Understand what's at stake in this upcoming election. There are many, many things in that Project 2025 that I'm sure, if you're listening to my voice, you will not agree with. So go and investigate and find out for yourself about Project 2025. And I encourage you as an individual, take a moment of soul stirring and say, hey, I had ancestors that died, people in my family, that died for the right and the privilege to vote. The Republican Party on this day in 2024 are coming up with opportunities to stop people from being able to cast their vote. They're coming up with restrictions. They're trying to take us back to Jim Crow era. So I encourage you, vote, and vote again. Vote for your local government. Many times people don't understand the value of voting in your local public officials. Your local public officials have more say-so over what happens in your household than the president. I'm going to say that again. Your local elected officials have more say-so over what goes on in your household than the president. So think about that and see what you're going to do about it in this upcoming election in November. Yes, it is the right and the privilege that your ancestors shed blood for you to have in 2024. So let's honor and respect our ancestors and do what's right for you and your family, okay? Allow your children to see you casting a vote so that they can know the importance. I remember when we were coming up that it was important for my parents to show me that they did their civic duty and cast a vote. So do the same thing. Your children need to see you casting a vote. Okay. I want to encourage you all to join me on this week, Tuesday. This will be part 3 of a 4-part series about trading, understanding trading, the stock market. I've talked about it before that all year since January I've been going through some health challenges and some health struggles, and not just physical, mental, and also financial. We need to worry and concern ourselves with doing some things about fixing our financial health. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this 4-part series. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, please go back, go over to the Ask Dr. Ron Show YouTube channel on the live, look at them, understand the knowledge that is going forth by Norman and his students, and understand the passion that they have about educating people in this arena. So join us on Tuesday. We'll have another outstanding guest along with Norman to be able to help you understand and navigate what is going on with this thing called the stock market. And you too can create a financial blanket for yourself that will be able to help you in any kind of situation and circumstance. So join me this Tuesday as we continue to talk about the importance of understanding what's going on in the stock market. I want to invite you guys to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to take a look at all of my advertisers. These are just a few of them. When you check them out, click on any of the banners or any of the affiliate links. It'll take you right to their website so that you can support the people that support me. Okay, they help make it possible for me to do what I do. And I want to thank them publicly every chance I get. I want to encourage you guys to come back and join me next Saturday at 12 p.m. for another opportunity to hear what's on the mind of Dr. Ron and what's bugging me for this week. So definitely join me each and every Saturday at 12 noon. I want to encourage you all to please make contributions and donations. These are all the ways that you can support me with what I'm doing. Thank you so very much. Without your support, I want to thank all those that have made contributions up to this point in time. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. These are all the ways. While you're here, please subscribe, like, and share. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that share button. Share with somebody that you care about so that they can understand what it is that's going on out here in the world. But I just want to thank you guys once again. I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You be safe out there. Think about what I said. Ancestors died for the right and the privilege to vote. I'm going to leave you with that for this week.